You are watching The Book Club. Every Wednesday, we handpick the best books to improve your life. The 15 Best Books on Morality. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Hello, Aluxers. We're happy to have you back for another great video showcased by our team here at alux.com. Today, we're taking a look at a set of books that talk about a highly covered topic nowadays with the emergence of AI and all kinds of political and social issues around the world: morality. Morality represents a set of principles that draws a line between right and wrong or good and bad behavior. One thing to mention here is that morality is different than ethics. Although they are sometimes used interchangeably, ethics refers to a set of rules provided by an external source, like an ethics committee, while morality refers to an individual's own principles regarding right and wrong. Even though we are lifelong learners, there are massive benefits that a book such as these can provide you, even help you change your worldview. Stranger things have happened in the past. With that said, let's dive in and look at the best books on morality. Number 1. The Righteous Mind by Jonathan Haidt. The author here explores in his book the origins of our modern-day tendencies to be divided by everything, from politics to religion to food preferences, along with many other things, and points the way ahead for mutual understanding. The Righteous Mind takes you on a journey of moralistic self-discovery, drawing heavily on personal experiences and showing how assumptions could be challenged and taken down. In his less obvious ways, Haidt reveals to you the key elements to understanding why human cooperation is so incredibly important, along with the curse of being eternally divided and in conflict. If you think you're ready to trade in anger for understanding, then you can find the book in the link below, or get access by going to alux.com/freebook and signing up. You'll get the audiobook version of The Righteous Mind for free, courtesy of our friends at Audible. Number 2. Basic Moral Concepts by Robert Spaeman. Here's a book that provides a stimulating discussion of the fundamental concepts which we use daily when we debate, either with ourselves or with others, about the moral aspects of our actions. Written in a simple yet scintillating manner, Spaeman's Basic Moral Concepts is an ideal introductory read on morality for students of moral philosophy, ethics, and law. Number 3. The Elements of Moral Philosophy by James Rachels. This will introduce you to the most popular moral concepts and theories through persuasive explanations and captivating, thought-provoking discussions. The author illustrates each concept and theory so you can better understand what it's about, along with its importance. Key issues such as abortion, racial discrimination, euthanasia, treatment of animals, and nuclear weapons are discussed in detail. Number 4. The Intelligence of Children by Robert Coles. As a child psychiatrist, Robert Coles has dedicated much of his life to teaching and writing about the moral life. In his wonderful book, The Intelligence of Children, Coles reveals the ways in which children become moral or not-so-moral adults. The foundation of his book is based on many case studies, talks with parents, and visits to nurseries and classrooms, along with thousands of interviews with children. This book can and should be used by parents, teachers, along with other authoritative figures, to guide children in developing as moral adults. Number 5. The Moral Landscape by Sam Harris. In his highly controversial book, Sam Harris sparks a debate whether there's a link between morality and the rest of human knowledge. He argues that science can do more than just analyze and tell us who we are. Science can also tell us how we ought to be. Harris also takes a shot at religion, talking about how it's been encroaching into the sphere of human values since the very beginning, and how its instructions can now be repelled. Sam Harris brings us a totally profound book about the future of science and how it relates to the basis of human cooperation. Number 6. After Virtue by Alasdair MacIntyre. Here's a book that, when it first came out in 1981, ignited a fervent critique of contemporary moral philosophy. In this classic book, MacIntyre analyzes the historical and conceptual starting points of the idea of virtue, diagnoses the reasons for its absence in personal and public life, and presents a proposal for its recovery. While the author admits that his idea of human beings having either a virtuous or a vicious nature needed not only a metaphysical but a biological corroboration, he ultimately remains convinced that we can only understand both the genesis and the predicament of moral modernity from a totally different perspective than our own. Number 7. Love's Knowledge by Martha C. Nussbaum. As a pivotal icon in modern philosophy, Martha Nussbaum brings together in this book all of her published papers on the relationship between literature and moral philosophy, which were inaccessible to the mass population prior to this. The author investigates a type of understanding which involves emotional as well as intellectual activity, which offers a specific priority to the perception of particular people and circumstances, rather than to abstract rules. Number 8. Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Many centuries ago, one Roman emperor wrote a series of rules by which he lived his life, which were never meant to be seen by others, let alone published. Ever since his writings have been brought together to form this book, they've been a source of strength and inspiration for warriors, leaders, entrepreneurs, and many other people. Marcus's insights and advice on every single aspect of life is a must-read for anyone who deals with the demands of leadership or integrity and spiritual well-being. If you've yet to read this book, you're surely missing out on its value. Definitely put it on your list or put it in your library on Audible. Just go to alex.com/freebook and sign up. There, you'll be granted instant access to the audiobook version of it for free, thanks to our partnership with Audible. Number 9. Grounding of the Metaphysics of Morals by Immanuel Kant. As one of the most influential figures in this field, Kant wrote this book with the intention of laying the foundation of morality and showing that it applies to all of us. He provides solid arguments that the essence of an action, whether good or bad, is determined by the character of the principle that person chooses to act upon. Also, Kant states in a rather adamant manner that being a moral person requires you to tell the truth even in the face of disastrous consequences. Number 10. The Road to Character by David Brooks. This book relays Brooks's beliefs of what builds a solid character. He says that the legacy left behind by one person will be remembered and celebrated, not for what they've accomplished, more so for their character. David Brooks explores how the world's greatest thinkers and inspiring leaders have built strong, unshakable inner character through internal struggle and a sense of their own human limitations. And if this sounds like something you'd add to your reading list, you should also go check out our video, The 15 Simple Steps to Change Your Life Immediately. Just click or tap in the top right corner to check it out. Number 11. The Immoral Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot. Here's an incredibly compelling story that revolves around a poor black girl from rural America whose cells were taken without her knowledge, becoming one of the most important tools in medical history. The cells were key for developing gene mapping, the polio vaccine, cloning technology, and much more. Even though her cells yielded billions and billions of dollars, her family never saw a cent of that money. This riveting bestseller tells a spectacular story about the collision between ethics, race, and medicine, of scientific discovery, and faith healing that will surely keep you in suspense with every page until the very end. Number 12. Natural Moralities by David B. Wong. Written in a thoughtful, sophisticated manner, Natural Moralities suggests that there are multiple true moralities existing across various traditions and cultures, all with one key human question as to how we can all live together. This natural morality describes a type of moral values that are based on how humans have evolved, rather than a morality acquired from societal norms or religious teachings. Number 13. Bioethics by Lewis Vaughn. In his book, Lewis Vaughn explores the moral, medical, social, philosophical, and legal aspects of essential bioethical issues. Addressing numerous classical bioethical case studies throughout, this provocative book makes you raise a lot of questions about how this field has evolved and how it will further develop in the future. Number 14. Beyond Good and Evil by Friedrich Nietzsche. This spectacular book is a collection of accusations addressed to past philosophers for lacking a critical sense and mindlessly accepting dogmatic premises in their consideration of morality. Nietzsche believed the full potential of humanity was found in getting past the values prescribed by a social system, which is why he accuses them of founding their grand metaphysical systems upon beliefs that the good man is the opposite of the evil man. Number 15. The Brothers Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky. This is the highlight of Dostoevsky's career, his crowning achievement. Not only that, but it comes highly recommended by the previous author on the list. This classic captures the essence of Russian character in all its glory, compassion, and reckless exuberance, with the help of a bunch of fascinating characters and the gripping events that take place throughout the book. The author portrays the social, moral, and spiritual goals in what was considered both a golden age and a tragic turning point in Russian culture. And there you have it, Aluxers, the 15 best books on morality. So which of these do you think will have the greatest impact on the way you perceive things? Which do you think could change your character? Let us know in the comments. And of course, for being so patient and sticking with us until the end, here's that bonus book we owe you. Number 16. The Marketing of Evil by David Kupelian. Here's a brilliant author who exposes the appalling effects of marketing on our society and on us as intelligent beings. He skillfully relays how marketers have deviously persuaded us to adopt a self-destructive behavior, neglecting our deeply felt national values of fairness, generosity, and tolerance. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxer. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video. If you want more, we handpicked these videos you might enjoy, or head over to alux.com for the best in fine living content on the planet. Be a part of the largest community of luxury enthusiasts in the world and tell your story.